Good afternoon. I will be discussing 2 to 4 different ways I would change my workplace. Children are terrible to work with in a terrible environment. When being asked what I do for a living and if it is an easy answer, I currently work in a preschool and love teaching young minds. Before I continue this, I must say that I do love where I work and I appreciate those I work with. Although, I will always have the truth of where I work and what needs to be changed. I currently work with children that are 3.5 and up, which means they must be potty trained before entering my classroom. Instead of following this room, they put a child in my room who is not only potty trained but seems to not understand basic English. The reason why they did this was because of a personal connection to the parents of the child and overlooked the rules and guidelines for them. While this is biased and unacceptable, it goes to show how that they will overlook their own rules just to satisfy their personal needs. With this, it is simple to change. And that is having more respect for the company and its employees with staying in the guidelines. Currently, my employers seem to put money above their employees by overwhelming us with the maximum child per teacher because they need to pay their bills. Dealing with the children is hard enough, but when you are alone and having to face 20 kids alone, it can be emotionally and physically draining. At the end of the day, sometimes I tend to either have a mental breakdown in my car, wondering if I'm truly doing enough, or whether I should quit or not. To avoid this, I would personally have 10 or fewer kids per teacher, depending on the age, of course. While this seems to be common sense, my employers seem to lack this and continue to underestimate the difficulties of taking care of teaching children while being alone. Going forward, they choose not to hire more employees by saying that no one is applying or coming back for an interview, when they choose not to hire more employees to save money and exploit their current workers. They continue to explain that no one is either applying or wants to work, even though having multiple candidates will come in and wait for callbacks just to wait for nothing. While this is common sense, how to change this problem and better to the work environment by simply following your own rules. This is unfair and goes to show how my employers will exploit their own workers.